because there isn't a lot of major topics for this week, I thought I'd cover sort of the new second period to release your games and what's coming out. So I've gone to Amazon. I've gone to the UK version. Most of these dates will be exactly or within around the same time anyway. Looking at all the games that are coming out for the rest of February, March, April, and somewhat May. No, somewhat May? Some of May. That's the right one. So, just going through the list that they're listed on my search on Amazon. I guess the big one from 2K, now that XCOM 2 has done pretty well, is Battleborn. Gearbox's like big arena shooter thing, which is, I guess, going to be in the same vein as Overwatch, which I think is coming out in this period as well. So there's a real problem that most people think Battleborn, I think, is Overwatch, or not, I'm not sure. Either way, I hope Battleborn does well, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with the multitude of this type of game now coming out, being multiplayer only sort of things, like even the one that Cliffy B's working on. That's the same. Either way. Obviously, one of the big ones right at the end of April is Uncharted 4. A lot of people are excited for that. Also, even though I'm pretty sure this must be real, Super Meat Boy is actually getting a physical release, at least here in the UK, same day as Uncharted. That's an interesting doubleheader. That same week, though, Total War Warhammer's coming out. Lot of hope for that one. Ratchet and Clank, the adaptation of the movie, which is based on the original video game. So in essence, it's a retelling of the first game. A lot of people will be, depending how it goes, there might be people wanting to go, man, I want to play the original one. I do like the art style, and I do like the direction that they're taking it, but part of me is also hankering for the old one from, close to 15 years ago. Man, life is old. Stranger of Sword City. Oh, and that's on Vita, so that's probably, and it's Atlas, so it's probably an RPG thing. Assetto Corsa will be getting its console release, I think it's April. Let me quickly click through on the link. We've got Fairy Fence F. We've got a lot of the usual RPG stuff coming from Sony, as you do. April 22nd for Assetto Corsa. Wow, that's oh, I see. It's sorted by release date anyway, so I'm going this way. Pokken Tournament coming out towards late April. They announced that as part of the Evo stuff, which, I hope that doesn't fall through and nobody is that interested in Pokken Tournament. I hope it works for Evo, but that could be a risky move that they ditch that for other games. We'll have to see. 12th of April, Dark Souls 3. We had the intro cinematic release its trailer over the weekend. Really just looks as beautiful as you expect. The amount of collector's editions that are with that. Speaking of that, May 13th, Friday, of course, Doom gets its big old release, which they announced this past week. It looks pretty good. We got new, thanks to bloody Conan O'Brien, we got campaign footage. But to think, that was announced at E3 last year, with just a concept trailer. Within 12 months, that game is going to be shipped out. Which makes me wonder what the hell Bethesda are going to announce at their next press conference this year. Because they've announced that as well. They are going to be coming back and doing a press conference. I don't know what time it is, but it's now on Sunday, so it's with EA's one. So they're doing the stuff on Sunday. Then Monday, I'm guessing, will be Ubisoft along with Microsoft and Sony and nothing else. And Tuesday might be the Nintendo Direct. Might have Square Enix. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. Assassin's Creed Chronicles, the compilation of the middling, from reviews that I've heard so far of the first two, middling reception for them. They're going to come out as a standalone release. I think it's next month. No, it'll be in April because it's the list. Dirt Rally coming to consoles. Fared pretty good on the PC, so I have to see what the reception is on console, which is arguably where racing games do better, at least in terms of the Dirt Rally stuff. If you're looking for simulator stuff, I'd say PC is up there with the consoles, like Forza and Gran Turismo and all that. Even though that doesn't go into huge details. And then Quantum Break, the game. I keep forgetting that game is coming out. And considering this is from the guys that did Max Payne and Alan Wake, and this is the game that's been 3 years in the it's coming out stage. Blimey. I really hope that works with the big Hollywood cast that they've got now. I have to say, if it doesn't, Remedy might get shut down. And Microsoft might not even do any Xbox exclusive games. Because from what I've heard of the PC sales for Tomb Raider, they're pretty decent. And they're actually doing, on average, a little bit better than where the Xbox sales were in the same period. Obviously, sales aren't as good because there's a lot of reports suggesting that some people are having issues with the thing. Some people aren't, though, so you'll have to check all the videos and reviews and see whether your rig can handle it. But yeah, I'm sort of wondering at some point whether the only Xbox exclusives are going to be Microsoft things. And Sony's going to lap up with a lot of people. Because the Xbox One sales could go very badly. I guess the only thing that has to save Quantum Break, even though they don't normally do press conferences at GDC, would be GDC, which I think is coming like Marchish. That's the only thing. That's the only big game show I can think of between now and when that game comes out. When they could hype people up for it. I can't wait for the Twitch adverts. Need for Speed comes out to PC at the end of March. Just in time for the game's release. He lied. Trackmania Turbo, after its delays, is finally coming out in March. Which I'm intrigued to have a look at, see what it's like. MXGP2. Did MXGP1 do that good that it warrants a sequel? Whatever. Street Fighter 5. Big one, of course. Adrift, which is that space one that I guess everybody knows, or something. Even though we haven't heard much from it since. So, Disney Infinity stuff. Again. Really? Tropico 5 Penultimate Edition. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Ultimate Edition, but I can't understand why the pen bit's there. Oh, Hyrule Warriors Legends coming out 23rd of March, along with a special edition for 3DS for the release. That's the one where you can play as the female Link, called Linkle, because that's a sensible name. Adam's Venture Origins, what the hell is that? Farming 2017, The Simulation. It's coming out for PS3, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Wii U. And I love the fact it's trying to be Farming Simulator, but it's not, because it's Farming The Simulation. Book of Unwritten Tales 2 is apparently coming out to Wii U. Wow. Is there demand? Dishonored 2, which we've seen. That's amazing. So we've seen more of Doom than we have of Bethesda. We've seen more of Doom from Bethesda than we have Dishonored. And Dishonored's coming out in March. Whereas Doom's coming out in May. I don't know what's going on there. Atlas's game Republic, which has garnered a lot of interest. That'll be coming in March. We've also got the next amiibo, because apparently that's still a thing. Number 56 in Super Smash Ryu. Oh, Pokken Tournament's out 18th of March, at least in the UK. So I don't know about the US release. With a Shadow Mewtwo amiibo card. Timmy and Tommy amiibo from Animal Crossing. That design looks rather disturbing. Oh, Mario and Sonic at the 2016 Olympic Games, apparently only for 3DS. Unless I'm not looking in the right place. Some Deep Silver game called Obscuritas, which I don't even know what it is. Oh, oh wow, there's another amiibo, Rob the Robot. In the Famicom colours. Yeah, I'll have to buy that. Just because it's him. The other ones I don't give a damn about, because I don't know who half of them are. Or don't care. Not that Ryu wouldn't be a good amiibo, but it's just... I'm not hugely into those games, but I am... The only time I am interested in them, I guess, is EVO, which is not till, like, August, so... EA Sports UFC 2. The game when you can have CM Punk kill Bruce Lee. Insert your own jokes there if you want to. Oh god, we're getting Jungle Book characters and more Marvel characters for the Disney Infinity stuff. I can't think why. Oh wait, movies. Hurricane's Gun, the game that keeps getting moved about in the schedules. Probably looks like a budget title, considering the PS4 and Xbox One version is only going for about £30 on Amazon. Which admittedly, not all games are full price on there, but that's already a budget release sort of price. E.T. Armies. Please tell me that isn't to do with the actual... No, it isn't. We're getting another E.T. game, and I thought the Angry Video Game Nerd movie is coming to life. Tom Clancy's The Division, which I've heard mixed reception for in terms of the... not only now having seen people play it in person at a games convention, but after seeing countless streams during the closed beta, or closed alpha, whatever you call it, weekend. A lot of people were going, there's not a lot to do here. Admittedly, it might have been because there was only one story mission. And a lot of it was clearly being geared to... a lot of it was clearly being geared to the multiplayer Dark Zone stuff. Which in itself sort of didn't really... I don't know if it's helped, we'll have to see. We've also got the Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls collection for PS4. Which is, you know, It's just a shame that you won't get Fahrenheit / Indigo Prophecy on PS4. But then again, I'm asking too much, really. Same day as Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the 4th of March. Should be good. Witch in the Hundred Night Revival Edition. That was a pretty good game, Witch in the Hundred Night. So the fact that it's got a remastering for PS4, I approve. Wow, we got characters from Zootropolis / Zootopia, whatever you call it in your region. Okay, I don't even know if the film's out by then on 4th of March. It might be. I think Kung Fu Panda's a week after. I don't know. I ain't done my research. Keep looking. Far Cry Primal. Which, considering they've already let people play the crap out of that and do stuff, I'm sort of thinking they want people to play it that much that they're hiding the fact that it clearly is what Far Cry 3 Blood Diary was to Far Cry 3. It's a game in a similar universe, just with the mechanics changed up. So in the case of Far Cry 3, it was like a super soldier with crazy weapons, adjusted from, the real-time game that Far Cry's are. And I think that what it is with Primal is it's cave people instead of the Himalayan mountains and Yetis and all that. Knowing that it'll probably be a Yeti and it's like, oh, this is canon. Or something. Professional Farmer 2016. Because, all farmers need to be professional. That's being published by Namco Bandai? Really? Oh, also for this month, for the 20th anniversary, we are getting, by the looks of it, Nintendo 2DS's in yellow, blue and red, pre-installed with Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow, depending on which one you buy. Which is a nice little thing. Bravely Second End Layer. I can't wait for the Bravely Turd. Because a lot of people make jokes. Toki-Tori 2 Plus for PS4. Did it really need a PS4 port? Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, which is in the next few weeks. Keep scrolling through all the Far Cry things. Mega Man Legacy Collection. Is that actually supposed to be coming out? In an actual physical release? Because I get confused because it's being paired with Mighty Number 9 and we know that that's, dead on arrival. And Mirror's Edge. Wow. Try and update your website, Amazon. Jeez. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Escapists Walking Dead Edition for PS4. Ziggurat, which wasn't too bad a game on PC, now actually coming as a budget physical release for Xbox One and PS4. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Fire Emblem Fates. Considering all the interesting changes that had to be made to that game. Like, apparently in the Japanese version, there is a thing where some guy could drug your character, who I think is a guy, drugs a girl who's interested in girls, and the drug makes her overly affectionate for him. And so a lot of people were basically seeing it as people trying to change, their sexuality. As in changing from lesbian to straight. Which, yeah, the thing is, though, that's Japan. And that's sort of the attitudes that they have. And this is what happens. You know, look at the Street Fighter trailers. I mean, somewhat that is political correctness gone wrong, in which, oh, we can't have any upskirt shots now. It is interesting. I wish now that they do that, and there is like one frame in one of the things in which you can actually see like Ryu's testicles or something up the slip of his up like the trouser leg of his attire. I don't know. It's a bit weird. I'm bringing that up, but whatever. Project X Zone 2, which X1 did all right, but we'll have to see. Oh, and the almighty Arslan. That's the name of the game, Arslan, the Warrior of Legend. Good old Koei Tecmo, and because of that, it's probably like 4 frames a second. And Goosebumps, the video game on 3DS. Because apparently nobody else wants to play it. Or something. And then I guess the most recent one, because it's coming out in the next day or so, Unravel. And also, because I've also been seeing reviews for it, Firewatch. Couple of, I want to say indie games. Obviously, Unravel is EA, but the approach that they've taken to the game and its presentation is a very sort of indie style. And Firewatch is as indie as you can get. Both look to be promising. So there you go. A run through of the list. Let's hope the gaming industry does something stupid over the next few weeks. I will say that because I've completely forgotten because of all the other stuff that's going on, and because I'm not going to this games convention. The EGX Rares, which is part of the BAFTA Video Game Awards, turns out those awards are now not happening until the 7th of April. So, considering it was around this time last year that we were getting the list of nominees for somewhat, I think, late Marchish, or mid to late Marchish. Hopefully within the next week or so I'll be able to actually run through that list and once again scold them on why the hell they thought Destiny was last year's Game of the Year. At this rate, this year's Game of the Year is probably going to be Batman Arkham Knight. No pressure, BAFTA. No pressure.